Always. Can't be cool. Don't have it in me. So, it's time for Drew's News, your daily basket of good news eggs. Very fresh, and with me at the desk is a good egg indeed. It's Ross Mathews.
Hi, everybody. Is that some sort of yoke?
All right, well, first up, we've got some great TV plans for you this weekend. Tomorrow on HBO Max, you can watch the 36th annual Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony.
Yes.
I have to tell you, this award show literally had me so starstruck. It was unlike other award shows. There's just something about it. I can't wait to see it on HBO because being there in person, it was really unique and different.
Who did you see there? Who was there?
I saw Jay-Z. I hung out with him.
Yes.
I saw my friend Pat Smear, who I've known for almost 30 years. He's the guitarist in the Foo Fighters. They were inducted. I saw her walking by me. I almost fell over. J-Lo.
There's always room for J-Lo, right?
I mean, literally, the Carole King and Taylor Swift, I never got a glimpse of them. It was just too many people for one night.
Wow.
It was so special. Epic performances, and I was lucky enough to be there to honor the introducing of my favorite band in the world that informed who I would become when I was a child, the Go-Go's.
Wow, the Go-Go's.
Yeah. They changed my life, so I was so honored to do this.
Well, you didn't just do it. It wasn't some sort of formal introduction. You paid tribute to their debut album, Beauty and the Beat, the first record you ever got as a kid, right?
Yeah, it changed my life forever. Because it was girls that were girls. You know, a lot of what we tried to do with Charlie's Angels was so informed by the Go-Go's for me.
Really?
Which was when girls want to do what boys do, you don't have to be and act like a man in order to do it. Be a girl, but be capable.
Yes, true. Well, and I love that when you introduced them, you really went for it. And actually, we have a clip.
Oh, really?
Yeah, take a look at this.
I always thought the Go-Go's was such a perfect name for that band. So full of kinetic energy. It fits their music and their spirit and mine too. And you know what? You always have to just go for it. Now my childhood fantasy is fulfilled, but it isn't about me. This is as true blue of a love letter from their biggest fan, from the first band I ever loved. Here's a look at the Go-Go's.
Look at you, Drew.
I was the only also non-musician inducting, so I also really, just wanted to honor the Go-Go's as they deserve to be honored.
Well, from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, now we have a member of the Ross Mathews Hall of Fame. I'm talking about Betty White. Oh, come on.
Oh, we love Betty!
The best of the best.
Who doesn't want to be Betty White?
If you don't like Betty White, I don't like you, all right? The comedy legend, she's got another big birthday coming up on January 17th. She's going to turn 100 years old.
Yep.
Wow.
What a life. What a legend. What a life. What a woman. Holy cow.
I know, and still just better and better and better. And to celebrate, CNN reports one company is offering to pay you to watch Betty White's best work. Anyone want that job?
Yes.
Choice Mutual Insurance is going to pay one lucky Betty White fan $1,000 to watch 10 hours of her film and TV work. And you can apply. Yeah, you can apply on their site right now. Just send some love. Betty, we love you. I got to work with Betty White a bunch on The Tonight Show. You remember I was on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno back in the day. And she was,
yes, we do,
right?
Rossi. That's where we all met you and fell in love with you.
Isn't that crazy? Well, she would come on there and we'd do things and they'd be like, okay, Ross, you're going to be in the sketch with Betty White. I'd be like, are we sure this is a good idea? Like me and a legend.
And what was she like?
She was like the nicest person. You know, it was like, you felt like you were just talking to like the sweet lady down the street, except it was Betty White, you know? And I'll never forget how kind she was.
Thank you for that fly-on-the-wall experience, Rossi.
You're welcome.
That's exciting.
It was exciting, I know.
Well, I'm very passionate about this next story. Netflix is moving on up to the big screen. Time Out reports that the streaming service has purchased the Bay Theater in Pacific Palisades. It's a legendary theater that closed over the pandemic, but Netflix is opening it back up to feature films in the Netflix library, like their new Western, The Harder They Fall, and Adam McKay's Don't Look Up. But what I want to know is, and this is important, what are they going to charge for popcorn?
Oh, this gets you going.
I just went to the movie theater with my daughters and their two friends because they were having a sleepover.
Okay, so it's four kids and
two adults.
Two adults.
We bought stuff at the concession stand. It was $170. And I sat there with my jaw on the floor, and I just thought, I feel very privileged to have the means to say I can afford this right now. Yeah. And I have every bone in my body saying this is unacceptable. But they charge that at the concession stands because they have to pay their rent. They're not doing it to us. They're trying to stay open themselves. And I understand that, and I empathize. I just want to find out a way that we don't have to charge people those kinds of prices to take their families to the theater.
We got to make it affordable and fill those theaters up again.
I'll be interested because Netflix changed the world. So maybe they can change the theater-going experience, too.
Of course they can.
Ted Sarandos, I love you, by the way, head of Netflix, old friend, and a shout-out to you. Can't wait to see what you do with this new endeavor.
Well, before we go, we've got the perfect mini treat that's just fun to eat. It's time for food news. Okay. All right. In this world, you know, there are two types of people. There are pie people and cake people. I am a pie person, and if you are too, buckle up, because we're going to rock your little pie world. Pop Sugar reports just in time for Thanksgiving, you can now get the Dash Mini Pie Maker. It's only $15. You can get this little pie press to make delicious pies at home. Look, we got it right here. Look. This is how it works. See, it's a little thing like this, like almost like a waffle maker, but for a pie.
Can I eat right out of it?
Yeah, you can eat right out of it. Drew won't even wait. We have an apple pie here and a pumpkin pie. $15.
I love this. Thank you, Dash. Get out of my car and into my dreams.